Hello and welcome to this edition of TMA's Farm Margin Talk. This is Devin Schierling, Grain Marketing Manager for TMA. I think the best way to describe this last week is wow. From early Monday morning when we saw nearly freezing temperatures throughout most of our territory, to the middle of the week when we saw 90-plus degree weather, to the fact that the Royals actually broke their 12-game losing streak. It's just been a really wild week here in central Kansas. So I'm looking forward to a little bit of rest and relaxation this weekend up in Manhattan. So as we look at our farm profitability for May the 27th, 2012, you'll notice very little change week on week. Corn actually increased in profitability by about 9 bushels an acre, while beans decreased by about 8 bushels an acre. And wheat was the big mover with about $10 an acre increase on dryland wheat in the last week. Once again, this is just the micro information that shows you how we come up with our information on profitability based off the new crop prices at Groveland, Kansas. So today we want to talk about two different things. One is how you can maximize your soybean revenue potential, and two is what does your profit or revenue potential look like on your new crop wheat that's just about a month away from harvest. So many of you have seen one of the most popular contracts, or at least heard about, the TMA's Rally Catcher contract. This is a very unique contract that allows a producer to put a floor in the market, and then automatically as the market moves higher, so does your floor. And that's represented here by the red line as the trigger. That's where you start this contract, to the green line, which is your barrier or your floor in the marketplace. And the blue line represents the closing futures prices each day. So as you can see, as the market trades between the red and the green line, the value of your grain that you sold to TMA is whatever that value is on that day. But as the market goes higher, everything ratchets up. And so in a uptrending market like we've seen since January the 3rd, 2012, this contract is a wonderful contract for producers who want to stay in the market and know the minimum price they are willing to sell their grain for. The black line here just shows you what happens if all of a sudden the market looks like it's going to head down and it goes down below your barrier or your green line. You will be priced out on that contract at the barrier price. So it's a wonderful contract. And if you have more questions or like an explanation of how this looks on your farm, get a hold of one of our grain marketing specialists and we'll be happy to come out and talk to you. The second most popular contract we've been using lately is our min-max contract, where a producer has the ability to use a $13 put, buy, and then sell a $16 call. And what that does for the producer is it guarantees him a $12.80 futures floor in the market and a $15.80 future ceiling. So for producers who are worried about selling something going into the summer months with fear of what happened last year, this is a great way to put a floor in the market, then also protect yourself from any major move going higher. And as you can see, this black chart on here shows you since January 1 of 2011 what the November soybean futures have done. So that's significantly higher than where we've been. By almost $1.80 is where your ceiling price would be with this contract. A great way to look at starting to market some of those double crop soybeans. So moving on to the second and probably most common question we get is, what should I do with my wheat? And this is a picture of TMA's profit matrix. As you can see, this is assuming a 45 bushel yield, $268 an acre of cost, and an 80% crop insurance policy. And so if this is what your operation looks like, you're looking at a $19 an acre profit on your farm if the price stays at 607. But the one thing that we can guarantee is that things won't stay the same. So the big question is, what do you want your farm to look like and how do you protect it? This yellow line over here shows you, okay, so if we're at 60 or 70 bushels an acre on our wheat crop, yes, you're going to be making a significant amount more money. But as you look at price makes a huge difference in this environment. So how can you protect your price and even lock in your profitability at a greater level? And this is what this next box shows. If you come in here and sell your guaranteed bushels at 607, what you've done is you've shored up that whole bottom side. So this bottom right-hand quartile, which is your low price, low yield environment, is what you're shoring in. Now, I'm not guaranteeing you that the prices are going lower or that you should sell 36 bushels an acre. I'm just showing you that you need to take a peek at what this means to your farm and have a plan to lock in what the profit you need to be successful in your operation. So what's causing the market to move right now? China coming in and being a buyer of corn and soybeans has been huge. Weather premiums being built in early in the market with potential freeze up north to growing conditions here in Kansas. And then continued tight supplies of grain throughout the world is causing a lot of our price movements as we see them today. So for more additional information, feel free to contact your TMA grain marketing or crop insurance specialist. Thank you and have a great weekend.